Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Really great to have you here today. All right, let's get into this collective message. I will be getting some zodiacs out. I'm sorry, it's been a really, really busy week, so I'm behind in my zodiac stories, but we will get back to those. I promise tonight won't be such a crazy evening, so expect zodiacs to come out tonight, okay? But let's get started. And if you guys have a specific zodiac you are dying to get a video out for, you can throw it in the chat right now if you'd like, and I will try to prioritize what I see, okay? But we have got a King of Swords for starters. Now, normally I start these storylines out with some anecdote. This is a collective message. It's not zodiac specific, but I usually start these out with something that really happened, usually pertaining to my dog. And Aries was like, absolutely, it has been so very busy for us. And he goes everywhere with me. So that means if I go a new place that he's never been, he is like, he has to memorize where we're going in case he ever had to take over the wheel, and like use his dog paws to drive us back home. And so he's been he gets home and he's like exhausted, even though he wasn't out running, because he's been so alert. So I don't know, we'll just kind of keep that in mind, that someone's really been on point lately. A King of Swords is a great example of somebody who's really on point. Hi, everyone. Great to see you. A King of Swords could be either thinking heavily about, he's making plans. Okay, the World card. A King of Swords is probably mapping out what 2025 is going to look like, or certainly how he's going to begin, or he's looking at a new beginning for himself. What does that mean for him? What does a new beginning look like for him? A soulmate energy. We have a Six of Cups. Well, with this, it appears he is heavily considering connecting to someone, reconnecting with someone. He's picturing being really cool and offering. They all have candy canes, by the way. So maybe this is before the end of the year. Maybe this is his intentions are to. That's so weird that they have candy canes. Maybe his intention is actually to reach out with some kind of an offer. Let's go have drinks. By the way, I have a gift for you kind of energy. And this is an offer that he has to make to a Queen of Wands. Whomever this Queen of Wands may be. She could have a gray tabby cat. She could be somebody who dresses a little edgy, like holiday bustier vibe going on here. Doesn't have to be her. It's just the Queen of Wands tends to be a really sharp dresser, really snappy dresser, really awesome. Oh, Vanessa, so good to see you. Hi, sweetheart. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for being here. But special shout out to you, Vanessa. You just made my day, honey. We got a Two of Swords. That Two of Swords here being upright. Here, this card is a little funny because it appears that there's a blockage. But you notice that the cat in this card is saying, I don't really believe in blockages. I just believe in getting over them. So I don't know if somebody doesn't want to talk to me or something. Let me just, see what's another approach I could take so that they'll talk to me. So I'm not sure if our King of Swords, look, the King of Swords is very determined, very decisive, and very clear on what he's going to do. If he has been blocked out of this Queen of Wands life, I don't think he gives a, what. We have a Two of Cups. We have the Moon. Look, I don't know what the previous storyline was here, but as far as there's definitely blocked energy, and yet this is a very important connection. And I'm going to say that our King seems to be the person being the mover shaker. He's the first card out. He comes with, a major arcana. So this is big, serious stuff. This is his plan. His big, huge plan. Our lead character has a plan, and it is to talk to the Queen of Wands, who has clearly blocked him, and he's trying to figure out how to get around that because she's too damn important to him not to talk to. This is her all over again. We see she's represented by our gray tabby, or maybe I should say our tiger striped. She hasn't got any inkling that he's either, like, I keep feeling like somebody is peering, over like the fence into someone's backyard. So maybe that's a metaphor for him, like looking into her life a little bit. Maybe he's trying to figure out where she is. Maybe he's trying to figure out how best to connect with her. I mean, he wants to see her in the flesh, right? Person to person, face to face. But he envisions this awesome energy of candy canes and hot chocolate with lots of whipped cream and marshmallows. I almost said mushrooms. This is not on her radar. In fact, what is she thinking about with the moon? What does she think when she stares up at the moon? Okay, she's wondering if the creator has forgotten about her. And I say that because this is Grimalkin. I always leave this like cover card in the deck anyway because I like it, not because I should, but I always consider this the maker, which actually I think it's a CJ McCullonan. I think I might have mispronounced her name wrong, but or mispronounced it. I guess it's redundant to say it twice. But I like it because I feel like this is the name of the deck, Grimalkin's Curious Cats. But I like having like that title card. There's like 2 decks that I do that with because it speaks to me that way. This is sideways. She's over here sitting there looking up at the big old yellow moon with a big old cheetah's face in it and asking, like, I wonder what is to become of me, or I wonder if does the universe even know that I'm here, or it doesn't mean she's not grateful for her life, because the Queen of Wands tends to be a mover shaker in her own right. But if she's had any kind of like dull time period, she might be wondering, like, anytime I have a lull or a dull time period, or I'm not out, making big waves in my life, it seems a little too even keel. Like, I'm not really here to just be drifting. I'm here to be a mover shaker. So universe, is something happening in my life next, or have I kind of fallen into a lull? What should I do about this lull? Now, the other way I could interpret it, because the moon can represent what's hidden, but what is sensed, right? Because it's about the intuition. It's about the inner, a little bit along the line. Sometimes I'll put it in a kind of the same category as like the high priestess, as far as that one aspect goes, of something hidden, but maybe still sensed, even though it's like, I know there's a mystery, I just don't know what it is. She may be picking up on some kind of energy, sensing something's going on around her, but not having a clue as to what it is, who it is. Let me just ask, if you find this out, are you going to be happy or not to hear from them? Okay, so we have the Strength card. That obviously we've got our dingo over here showing the fangs. This is exactly what Aries looks like when he plays, by the way. And because of that, it doesn't have to be a mean face. Also, Cat is playing patty cakes here, right? I think if anything, in her mind, it's like, well, I don't know anybody's coming toward me, but if somebody came toward me that I didn't like, I'd have no problem swatting them away, because I'm a freaking Queen of Wands. I'm really good at telling people to go to hell if I'm not interested. I don't get easily intimidated. So whatever comes near me, whatever comes toward me, because I do sense there's something out there. If I don't like it, I got no problem giving it a, just like lobbing it back out of my world. So she's in a pretty empowered state. She's hoping, though, that it's going to be a King of Wands. It's like, baby needs a new pair of shoes. I feel like this is her sensing something is coming, hoping it's going to be something fantastic. But obviously, she's not thinking about the ex. She's not thinking about it being a King of Swords. We have a 5 of Pentacles. In fact, if the King of Swords shows up, she might be like, oh, it's you. No, I was hoping for a fireman, or something. I don't know. Sam Anita, great to see you, honey. Thank you so much, honey. So wonderful to hear from you. I hope everything is wonderful. We have the Tower. Okay, when she hears from this King of Swords, because this seems to be his plan. I do think it's going to be, well, depending on how things are handled, it could be a big freaking wrecking ball that comes on through. It could turn into a yelling match, or it could turn into something that she could be a little shaken by it, because it's not what she's expecting. She does expect something, but she's thinking it's going to be an amazing match for her. And it could be a stunner that somebody is trying to enter into her life as if they're an amazing match for her. She may not see it that way at all. Now, on one hand, she could consider it and be stunned that she's considering like hearing this King of Swords out. But but I'm gonna maintain nothing about what's coming at her is what she would expect. So I'm gonna say it this way. Maybe she thought some other ex might be popping up. She wouldn't have expected this ex to be the one. And I do think it's probably an ex, because he already says, I want to return to my soulmate. So this is, if she was hoping for a certain ex to reach out, or was like, I could imagine that, I might hear from somebody. It probably won't be the person that she thinks. And that could be a jaw drop moment. Let me go over here and just ask, what is it that is making you, King of Swords, say you've got to reach out to her? Five of Cups. There's been a lot of sorrow here, possibly a lot of, we got the Tower. We got the Hanged Man. Okay, he is under an impression, and it could be a false impression, that he broke her little heart when their connection ended. And he's been thinking about this all this time. Like, I broke her heart. Now that, sorry, I kind of want to snort and laugh and be like, excuse me? Did she tell you that? How'd you come up with that? Because I don't know that you did, but in his mind, he said, I devastated her, and I have never forgotten that this ending caused her great grief. And I've been continuing to mull over it, and I've been continuing to think I need to manifest a connection with her again. Why do you think she was devastated by an ending with you? Ten of Cups, Queen of Swords, because we were so good. She was my Ten of Cups. She was my Queen of Swords. Okay, but King of Swords, let me just lay it out and say you cannot speak for her. You can only speak for you. So she was your Ten of Cups. She was your Queen of Swords. But you keep saying she was devastated over the ending with me because she was those things. I want to know how you feel about her. Because right now they're bugging me just a little tiny bit at the assumptions. I'm sorry, I'm a class A jerk sometimes. I don't love it when a character is deciding how somebody else feels, because I think each character should be able to express how they feel. But that's just me being me. Ignore me, tune me out. We have the Page of Wands. How do you feel about her? Why only a page? You want to go back to her. You're making this big plan, but you only feel a page's amount of energy. I mean, they're like, I need to take this action. Even if I can't take a ton of action, I need to take some, at least small action during what is left of this year of the dragon, which makes sense because this is still, it's before the holidays are out. It's before the new year, even though they're planning what the new year is going to look like. They have to get the ball rolling now. And this is them, saying, I have to send the message. I have to reach out before the year is over because I want to talk to her. I want to, ignite the spark. What is this? Why do we have a Five of Swords? Are they expecting pushback? Are they expecting her to be mad at them? That's what they're saying. I've got to get started. Oof. They're expecting her to be angry at them and to not answer them. That's the other reason. I said, how do they feel about her? And it says, well, I feel like I need to start this spark because I know she's really mad at me and I know she's really holding back from me. The Tower again. The Tower represents ego. And I have to say, this could be a very ego deflating thing if they reach out to her and she's like, oh, I thought you were going to be my fireman. I didn't expect it to be you. I don't know. I keep seeing, since we've had the Tower 3 times now, I keep seeing this energy. I'm sorry, guys. My asthma's going back up because it's that time of the year. He feels like he's got to change everything. He feels like, at least in the way he feels about her, she is his star, and he knows this. I don't think he's very good with saying how he feels about people. He first is like, well, I need to spark a little ignition of a flame between us because I know she's going to be mad and she's not going to want to talk to me. But I've got to change that because she's my star. When I asked, how do you feel about her? To me, it should have been this first. Oh, she's freaking amazing. She's incredible. And, what I really want is hopefully to change the way she might perceive me And it might take time for me to like change her mind because we had this in the past. To me, all of that's out of order. Like that's the way I would have preferred to see their storyline come out if it were like she's amazing. Instead, they start from a very robotic, very well, I have to reach out with some small reach out because she will block me, blah blah blah, and that has to change because she's wonderful. It feels like they're doing things in the wrong order. I don't know. I guess maybe it's a perfect order for a King of Swords, right? They do work from a logical viewpoint. And my objection right now is like, why aren't they madly in love? So maybe I need to simmer down over here. Science and Sinks, thank you, honey. You are so wonderful. Thank you so much, darling. You're so generous. We have got this Nine of Pentacles. They are I don't, they're single, yes, but they're definitely wearing a mask as they are already peering into her world. They're somehow already peering into her world and not admitting who they are. They're like, we go back to that Two of Swords, the kitty cat that's standing there peering. And now here they are wearing a mask, possibly gonna, I don't know, this feels like, I don't know how they're reaching out to her. If it is incognito or to test the waters, I don't know, maybe she's on a dating app and they've seen that and they're going to send a message like they're somebody else when in fact it's them to see, is she really interested in other people? Or I don't know why they keep assuming she's totally single, because they don't really know that. Maybe that's what they're trying to establish. We have her again as the Queen of Wands. Boy, with all these decks, to keep having her come out as a consistent Queen of Wands says a lot. Like, this is her all day and they know it. So that's one great thing. They know the essence of who she is. She is somebody that is very self-sufficient, somebody that has a lot of respect for herself, somebody that they know is extremely attractive and probably have the pick of the litter if she wants somebody different in her world. We keep, we keep seeing slowly but surely why they're so drawn to her and why they are determined that they must reach out to her. But again, they said, well, she was my Queen of Swords. We were so happy together. I don't know if she was so happy with them. Let's go ahead and ask that on her part. Queen of Wands. How was your, wrong deck. Let's go. If a vision of a deck pops into my head, I'm sorry, but I have to go with that one instead. Which I don't know why it has to be a more complicated deck for her, but there we go. How was it for her when back, because once upon a time, she must have had something to do with this person. We have a Two of Swords with a Three of Swords. So they did break her heart. They weren't lying about that. Ask Alicia, thank you so much, honey. Oh my God, I am so touched. Thank you. Thank you a million times over. You're so sweet, so generous. Thank you, honey. We have the Hierophant going to the Lovers. So for her, this actually, okay, he was spot on. So I can't, cry foul over that. Like his assumption that I broke her heart. He blocked her and took off to go fight some kind of battles. In her mind, she never really got that close to him, which is bizarre because they were incredibly close to this, right? They were close to marriage. Maybe they talked about marriage. This was a relationship where it was like, I pick you, you pick me. We don't pick anybody else but each other. We're serious about this. So then why the blockage and why you leave me to go do war, do battle, do whatever this is. He's dressed as a warrior of sorts. So he said, I devastated her when I ended things, when I, took that wrecking ball and smashed our relationship. And she was my 10 of Cups. He knows it, and she knows it too. Even in her past memory, this was wonderful. So let me ask this, Queen of Wands, why is it that you are not expecting to hear from them at all? Page of Coins to the Knight of Coins, because it's been so damn long. And anyway, what she learned about them is they really don't follow through. They put in a little bit of effort, and then it just kind of stays with that little flatline effort. And, it could take 3 lifetimes for them to ever really make action happen. Why is it that you're hoping for a King of Wands to show up and not that X? Six of Cups to the Seven of Cups, because she said, because what I learned is there's that already we could have had it all and it was a freaking debacle. Of course, I'm not calling back an ex that already had me. They already had my love. They already had everything I could have given to them, and they walked away from me. Why would I call that back in? I'm a freaking Queen of Wands. I don't roll that way. There's other fish in the sea. That Seven of Cups says there's tons of other people, lots of other lips to kiss, and I got the chapstick on to try it. It just feels like she's saying, yeah, there's soulmates. He was one, but he's not the only one. Good for her for being more of a realist about it and saying, when you could have had it all with me and you didn't stick around, then you don't get me. You don't. I'm not going to sit around and hope for you to change your mind. There's other people to kiss. Okay, that is a true Queen of Wands attitude. If you ask me, that's my perception of a Queen of Wands for sure. So from here, though, because I'm still not understanding why he wore his little battle uniform and took off. Now let's go back to the other deck that we were already using for him. Do you want to answer that, King of Swords? Because he admitted he's the one who left the connection. He's the one who smashed it. We have the Star. We have the Eight of Swords. So again, he's seen her as a star and as the Queen of Wands. That's how he views her. And we see it again. She was somehow out of his reach, out of his league. So that battle that he went out to fight he didn't go anywhere. It was in here, right? That Eight of Swords, that stuck energy. Why is he stuck? Why hasn't he healed? Why is she out of his league? I'm asking. King of Swords. Got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. For some reason, there was just no way, in his mind, there's no way that he could change his life, turn things around, have a different beginning. Got the Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. In his mind, it was almost like out of his hands. He had to get to the point where in divine timing, he would then feel worthy. But you knew that she was you already had a Ten of Cups with her. You already had her. You were a King of Swords. She was your Queen of Swords. So how did that all go sideways? Lover's card sideways. He either started to doubt that she would want to continue choosing him, even though he knew that she did. She knows it too. We saw that. We saw that over here on her side, right? We had the Lovers and the Hierophant. I pick him. I'm going to marry him. He's going to marry me. We were sure. And he's like, yeah, but I don't know if she'll keep picking me. So he freaked out. Bottom line is, I can't believe she's going to keep picking me. Over time, yeah. His biggest fear is that she would leave him. She would leave him, so he left her first. She loves me. I love her. But there's no way she's going to stay with me. It's going to end. Let me just end it now before I get deeper into this, because I'm not good enough yet. She's still out of my league. I can't be with somebody that she's out of my league. Page of Coins, Ace of Wands in the reverse. It killed his desire to even follow through with this relationship at the time too. I almost feel like this explains a King of Swords. Oh man, his rational mind is like his kryptonite, right? Because once he's got that idea in his head and he said, no, I looked at it on paper. She's a star. She's all these things. I'm coming up short. Not anything, not hell or high water could have changed his opinion about how he's not a completely 100% equitable match. It's like he compared, this is her education, this is her, business savvy, this is her accomplishments, this is her, and he could have had like a list of a tick box of everything that she's done that he hasn't done yet. And if it doesn't match, that's it. He can't be with her because she won't stay with him because she has more going for her than him. And until he gets caught up on some of those things, even though, here's the thing, you would think a logical mind could say, well, sure, she brings different experiences, different skill sets, different thoughts. to the equation. That's why we would complement each other. I probably have other things that I've done that she hasn't. He doesn't think of it that way because he's too linear. It's only about, because remember, ego's involved here too. We've seen the tower too many times for it not to be. So in his mind, he can only look at it from, these are the things I feel inadequate in, not him looking at all of his strengths and saying, I have all these wonderful qualities and she loves me exactly as I am. Didn't matter. Her loving him isn't enough. And he even knows that he devastated her by leaving this, but again, it didn't matter. This is the problem with ego, I think, is what this story is saying. I don't know if I'm right. It's just the way this story is reading. When we decide what isn't enough, it doesn't matter that somebody loves us, is good to us, wants to be there for us, if we can't accept the love because we don't feel good enough. Because our own, I mean, maybe I shouldn't call it ego. Maybe it's somebody with an overactive sense of like, I don't know, it's kind of like he tears himself down almost. But he's aware that it caused grief and pain. They both saw the situation the same way. He left her because of his own, what was going on up here in his head. Not because he didn't want her, not because she didn't want him, not because the love wasn't there. That, it's burning me up right now. I get very invested in my characters. On one hand, I think it's very thought-provoking. On the other hand, why? Oh, why? So he reverts into this, I'm just a wobbly little fawn in the forest who hasn't learned enough. I have to start from the ground up and start developing my confidence so I become a stag, a buck. I'm a wobbly fawn. Maybe this was in finances. Maybe this was in business accomplishments, whatever it was that he decided he was lacking. I think he centered in on one area, and it might have been money or business. And I say that because we already had him with that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse as well, that said he can't have a new beginning. He can't do the things he wants to do. So for him, it's like, I can't do passion at all until I get, mature my finances, or mature in business, or mature in my career path, because I cannot be a wobbly fawn and be with a star. I can't do it. Honestly, when we put it in that context, it does make a lot of sense. But unfortunately, the casualty in this was the relationship. He was not out trying to cheat and trying to run around and trying to go stoke his ego with other people. He was not out being a player. In this storyline, that speaks well of his mindset. This was not to diminish and say, well, I'm mad that I feel like you're too good for me, so I'm going to go out and stoke my ego with other people's, intimacy or love, or get attraction from them. This was never about other people. This was purely about him. He wasn't out running around with others. Page of Cups. There's a lot to unpack in this. There's a lot to apologize for. There's a lot that needs to be discussed. That is a card of an offer of an apology. This is very small by comparison to what was lost, the time that was lost for these two to have already been building. I don't know what else he can do other than to, say he is sorry for the casualty of the relationship. But on the other hand, what we were talking about in this whole story is this has been about his sense of self and stability, which is massive. If you don't have sense of stability and self, are you going to be able to have success no matter how wonderful anything is in life? No, you'd still be sitting there with that feel in the pit of your stomach, I'm not good enough. It was going to be demolished by him unless he could get his head on straight, unless he could develop what he needed to in himself. Maybe it's better that he basically ended stuff to go do what he needed to before getting any deeper into this. They didn't make it to marriage in this storyline because they're hand-fasted here, not married. But the hand fasting is like the spiritual, like marriage of the souls is always how I look at it. So it was an even more meaningful bond. Maybe they weren't married on paper, but the most important part was, but you're my person and I'm your person. What do you mean you're walking away from me? that is a lot for them to have to apologize for. And it's going to be hard for him to explain why he did this, which is maybe why he's taking a more logical approach, and maybe why he's saying, see, I read this in a, a typical sassy Kate way. I read it like he's going to approach her with, well, I need to begin the conversation because she's going to be very angry at me and hold back from me. And I have to begin somewhere, cultivating a chance for us to talk. He's actually looking at it from a pretty honest point of view now that we see the whole storyline. No wonder he's not just like, well, I love her, so I'm just moving toward her. No, everything about what's happened has been this logical, clinical decision-making process. And he knows exactly what his decision-making process cost them. It cost them the time that they could have been building together. So now he understands very fully the repercussions of that. Is she's going to be big mad. She probably, even if she got over and said, I guess I'll go kiss somebody else, doesn't mean that she doesn't have simmering anger toward what's been lost here. And I would understand that also because a Queen of Wands is very fiery. Passion, fire can warm us or it can burn us. I could picture, and he knows her. He knows exactly how she's going to see it. He knows exactly she loved me and I loved her, and it was known, and then I bounced. She's not going to just say, oh, so great to see you again. She's probably, if she says anything at all, it might be a lot of four-letter words. We do have the Four of Pentacles here. But that's him being honest and truthful about what is she going to react like, and what he's going to have to do to try to overcome that, how he's going to be able to express and explain this in a very clinical fashion, because everything here has been done in a clinical way. Every single thing that has happened here has been extremely clinical. And that's tough when we're dealing with something so deeply emotional. How do you override something so important as this connection and this love and this emotion, and wield this clinical vision and completely demolish the connection? That's the part, that's where the big wound is, right? It's kind of like using a sword on, oh gosh, I don't know, like a gummy bear. You don't need to chop up your gummy bears. They're soft and yummy. Why are you hacking it to pieces with a gigantic sword? That's kind of what happened in this relationship. But that's also kind of that's a lot to fix. Let me ask this. I know this is so long. I'm so sorry. It's such a lengthy one. You guys, thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you do enjoy these longer ones in particular. But to round this out, no, wrong deck. Universe, do you want to weigh in on this? Is there a chance of this being successful? Is there a chance for this conversation? We have a 5 of Cups and we have a 10 of Swords. The conversation is going to be heavy. It's going to stir up all the hurt and pain. It's going to be laid on thick, like a big old thick layer of frosting on a piece of crap cake. She's probably going to stand up and testify and say, this is what you did. This is how it made me feel. You put 10 swords in my back. You ended this, and you did it knowing this is how it made me feel. So that's going to have to be addressed. Okay. Fair. I mean, and he knows that too. It's funny because he's been spot on with all of it. We have a 4 of Wands. We have the Princess of Coins. And I'm thinking that we got an ugly cry session coming up with snot running down the nose and maybe some pretty sharply flung words. And then we have the topic of, yeah, but you're my person and I'm your person. This is marriage coming up. Right on the heels of this, right on the heels of the worst cards ever. Seriously, we couldn't have worse cards, right? 5 of Cups, devastating, heartbreak, loss, emotions. 10 of Swords, painful, horrible ending. I mean, there's really nothing worse we could add in other than the 3 of Swords, but we already saw that on her side. And then we go to one of the best cards. So incredibly stable. like a love relationship that is completely stable and trustworthy and is going to build the foundation. We see the pillars of the empire. We see the two of them perfectly matched on either side here. And we have them saying, so we're going to build this, huh? It was going to be one pebble, not even a brick at a time, but a pebble. We're going to have to talk more about what we're building. So this is kind of like gigantic catharsis. Every amount of hurt and pain has to be discussed. And I mean, the woman in red is our queen of wands. She is, I'm serious, she's going to lay it on thick in this storyline. She might even tell them to go to hell. She doesn't want to talk to them anymore. It'd serve them right if she doesn't want to. But I think once the tears and the snot are wiped away, I think the next topic is, so when are we getting married? Which I know seems like an insane pendulum swing, but this whole story has been an insane pendulum swing. That's what this whole thing has been. And this is maybe the most important, even though it's only a little tiny page or princess of pentacles. Finally, there can be a very, very, very small offer. That has to be, that's why I say it's not even one brick at a time that they could go back and start building the empire with. It's more about one pebble at a time, one itty bitty piece of energy. We have a 10 of wands because until a bunch of this is not going to be the hurt and the lost time and the sense of betrayal is not going to be immediately wiped away. Just like if you get wounded and cut, even once the wound starts to heal, it can still be sore. I mean, sometimes a scar can still be sore. But in particular, when it's barely starting to heal, you don't want to bump it and break the wound back open. It's going to take time before some of the soreness goes away. It's also probably going to take time before maybe real comprehension can be had between these two of, what's actually taken place and why. Maybe even real comprehension for him to understand the depth of hurt and pain that actually caused her, but for her to also understand the depth of the reasoning behind how his brain operates, why he operated the way he did. It's a really tough comeback for this duo because there was a lot of love here, but that might also be the thing that saves it, because there was a lot of love here. And there wasn't, in this story, there was knowledge that I'm causing grief to her, but I'm not doing it to hurt her. I'm doing it because I have to fix me, or I have to fix the way I feel about me, or it's not going to work anyway because there's no way she's going to stay with me. I mean, that was his rationale. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not trying to defend it. It's just trying to comprehend how our character operated. All right, I'm going to leave this here. You guys, thank you so much for giving it a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you. I'm going to tonight be able to do zodiacs. I'm sorry, it's been such a busy week. I've been running behind so much this week already, but I'll be able to get caught up. If there are specific zodiacs you guys would most love to have first, I will move those to the top of the list for you. But so good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. Oh, Ataraxia. So I when I do these lives, if anybody ever wonders, my subtitles are always on. However, especially, with live stream videos, it takes YouTube a couple hours to generate all those subtitles. And so I don't have any control over speeding that up. So if ever you're looking for the subtitles that you would like to have, please just know that it will take some time before they're generated, and then you should be able to see them. Usually a couple hours. On a longer video like this, it could take quite a few hours. But I'm sorry that there's usually delays, but if you come back to the video in a couple hours, then you should be able to see those no problem. And honey, let me see. Ataraxia, maybe I also misread that. The subtitles should always be on, but I'll double check and make sure that, I don't know if it's under my control to select Dutch. I thought I had it set for all subtitles. So anyway, thank you for that. I will just double check and make sure that things are as they should be. Hi, RS. Hi, Teresa. Thank you for being here. Hi, Cindy. It's okay, sweetie. I love your name. That's adorable. Hi, Lois. MP and Carrie Kovarik. Wonderful to catch you. Hi, Hopeless Romantic. RS, Sarah, Sandy. Thanks again, Vanessa. Merry Christmas to you also. I'm so pleased to hear that your kidneys are doing well. Congratulations. I hope you're traveling to all the places that you've ever dreamed of, honey. Lisa's love. Great to catch you, hun. Joan Miller. Pam Roberts. Awakening Your Ambition Now. Good morning, hun. Or afternoon, in my case. Hi, Lindsay. Courtney Walsh. Lindsay, you're adorable. Hey, Queen Bee. Thank you again so much, Alicia. You are so generous. Thank you. Slave Princess. It's great to see you in the house. Hi, Darren. Takoria. Hey, darling. Thank you for the hearts. Selena and San Juanita. Wonderful to hear from you, hun. Thank you very much, Angelina Davina. Hi, Sissy. Thank you again, Signs and Sinks. Shirley, wonderful to see you. Hi, Annie S. Okay, Marielle Delgado votes for Leo, and Annie S also. You got it. Leo will be first on our list. Hi, Melinda. Johnny the Carnut, great to catch you. Envy S. Prime Creator, Father Absolute. Hi, Jessica Rios. Rosemary Walsh is in the house. Hi, hun. A Virgo or Aries for Jessica Rios. Hang on, I better start a little list over here. Let's see. I usually keep. We got Leo as our number one. We've got to vote for Aries and Virgo. Okay. I got to vote for Libra. Coming in from Empress DC. Hey, Barbara Johnson. Great to see you. Hi, Lulu. I love the 4-leaf clover. That's awesome. Sonia, shout out to you in Portugal. Thanks for popping by. MC Alien Bien. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I know I just botched your name so bad. I'm so sorry. Hi, Ingrid. You're fashionably on time. You're perfect. Patricia Bucator. Vanessa, that's awesome. Thanks again, Roxanne. Hi, Sunshine. Virgo vote also. Absolute Organics votes for Capricorn. Okay, you got it. Yes, I have a good, awesome Libra crew in here. Okay, Atar Axia, thank you so much for clarifying that. I'll double check, okay? Hi, Karen. Hi, Brandy. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Indigo Sky. April O'Neil. Hi, sweetie. I am. No, you're right on time. This is not my normal time to actually be going live. It's just, whew, it's been busy. Lillian Cox from the Valley of the Sun. Oh, you know how poetic that sounds, Lillian. Oh, I just love your message. That just put me in such a good mental headspace. Cindy Bunny. Hi, another Virgo vote. Okay, awesome. Karen, Virgo, or excuse me, Libra. Okay, perfect. Signs and Sinks, one's Aqua. Of course. All right. Lulu, you want a Saggy? And it is Sag season, so we should try for that also. Okay. So far, my most votes are probably Libras and Virgos. Oh, EM, you're adorable. I was just saying I'll get to some zodiacs tonight, and so I was just letting you guys tell me what your preferences would be. Lillian, you need a Taurus. Okay, I've got them kind of in order now, so I can try to if I can accommodate, I certainly shall. And Karen, you've got a Scorpio vote in there too. Okay. You're my first Scorpio vote I've seen. Mostly I see a lot of Virgos and Libras so far. Oh, Morticia, you sweetheart. Thank you so much. Sandy, you're Virgo also. Okay. Sweet Liberty, good to see you. I love the little coffee cup there. You're so awesome. Thank you guys for being with me. Annie, yes, I knew you'd be down for Capricorn. I knew that. And you got an Aqua vote also. Okay. I got another one for Scorpio. A lot of Virgo coming in with Will Virgo. All right. Yeah. Happy birthday, Saggies. Karen, thank you so much. You're always so nice. You're always so supportive to everybody. A couple more Capricorns coming in from CL. Hi, Miss G. All right, Slay Princess, another Virgo vote. A Libra. Oh, Hearts of Swords, you're an ophiuchus. Awesome. You're my first ophiuchus. Okay, let's see another one coming in from Lolly on Taurus. And Alessandra, a Gemini. Okay, you're my first gem down there. So I'll add gem and I will add ophiuchus. So tonight I will see how many I can get through. I can tell you right now, we're probably going to do immediately tonight. I'll probably at least get to 5. I'll try for 6 though. So I know that it's going to be a Virgo, a Libra, a Leo, a Capricorn, a Taurus. I did get 2 also for the Aquas, so that might be our 6th. And then I would roll the next ones over first thing tomorrow: a Sag, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, ophiuchus. So anyway, that's what I will shoot for. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Lots of love. I will see you guys a little bit later on this evening. Hearts of Source by JJ RS. Hey guys, Perfectly Imperfect podcast. Great to catch you. You're a Capricorn vote, and Shamela, you're Aqua. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, I will do my best, but I'll try to do those in that order as best I can. Lots of love. Bye. I appreciate you guys.